All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another review for House of the Dragon. This one for episode 5. It is called We Light the Way. Alright dudes, and possible spoiler warning if you have not seen episodes 4 and 5 for HBO's House of the Dragon. So I missed episode 4 for the review. My apologies for that, my dudes. It was a pretty good episode and everything. I was just a little bit busy with everything going on. There was the fear news and stuff like that, so I was a bit going into just working on other stuff and everything, busy at work and stuff. So my apologies, I didn't get the review done for that one. Episode 4 was pretty good, but I wouldn't say that it was like amazing or anything. It's the one where, spoilers, Rhaenyra and Daemon sneak out, and stuff happens, and you got Christian in there too, and in there, yeah. I had stuff going on, and so it was a pretty good episode. It's just one episode, right? So, but it's eventful anyway, and it's good. Now, episode 5 is actually way better than episode 4. I'm actually really impressed with House of the Dragon right now. With these episodes, when I was watching this episode for episode 5, I was like, wow. I was like, it's like it's just as good. I'm not going to say that it's better than Game of Thrones for House of the Dragon. I won't say that it's better than it, because Game of Thrones is freaking epic, and some of the battles in it are just unreal. Battle of the Bastards and the last, Long Night and stuff like that. Really incredible stuff, and it's very, very surprising what happens in Game of Thrones from the first season. Very unexpected if you never read A Song of Ice and Fire ahead of time. So I'm not going to say that House of the Dragon is better than Game of Thrones, okay? But I feel like it's probably just as good, at least so far. After watching episode 5, I said to myself, I was like, this is definitely, Game of Thrones level quality, just as good as Game of Thrones. I'm not going to say better, but it's really, really good quality show. Getting to see the sea and the dragons consistently and everything like that. When I think back to the first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones, we didn't get to see any of that cool stuff at the beginning. Like, not stuff like that. Like, there was some cool stuff. Like, there was like the veil in the first season, stuff like that. We got to see some cool visuals and stuff like that, but a lot of it was like Eddard and Jamie and the others, and John and Rob and everybody. So it's amazing in its own way. But this one is really cool in that we're getting to see like the visuals of like the later seasons of Game of Thrones as a regular, right? Like, instead of like, in the last season of Game of Thrones, it took them like a couple years to do it, because you have Daenerys, you have the dragons, you have them, King's Landing and all the stuff that happens there, and White Walkers and all the other stuff too. So really, really incredible there for those visuals. But this one is bringing us in its first season some really good visuals just by itself. And it's doing it like it ain't no big deal. It's not like it's taken them 2 years to do the one season or whatever. They got to delay it, stuff like that. No, they're just bringing it to us, and it's really fantastic. Love the intro with the blood and everything. Really cool. And so we have a lot of things happening in episode 5. I'm going to leave stuff out. I'm not going to catch everything here, but basically, episode 5, another incredible episode. It kind of brings in a lot of the human drama aspect of the Game of Thrones, Westeros universe and TV universe with HBO version. And you just get to see some great drama with different things happening. And you can understand that this would be a natural thing that would occur, where you have the Targaryen dynasty, and they're kind of getting married off, and you have them you have Daemon. He's like figuring out ways to try to do things that are advantageous to him. So he like shows up and kills his wife and stuff. His own wife, so he can, I guess, get rid of her, I guess, because he's nuts and awesome. So he just does that, I guess that's what he does. So he does that, and then the big concentration, I think, or the biggest concentration right now is around Rhaenyra and who she's going to be with and what's going to happen. So she gets married, sort of. She's having the marriage and all the stuff that she's setting up for Valerian. It makes me think of like Valerian steel. Didn't they say that was the thing? So Valeria and Targaryen merging their houses together. And I like it's fun that the boy that she's going to marry is actually, he's gay. So it's pretty funny. So she's marrying a gay guy, and he brings his boyfriend with him. And then she's kind of getting a little bit crazy. So she's sleeping with Daemon, and then also with Christian, who's like her lead, Kingsguard person. So then he's getting the feels for her and stuff, and it's not going well. And then he's cucked because she's getting married. So he gets the cuck rage, the cuck fit. If you guys know about that. So when guys get cucked, sometimes they get fitty, right? They go kind of crazy. They might fight and stuff like that, or go nuts and stuff. It's like simp rage, sort of, which is an oddly. Sometimes it's like the most emasculine guys who get that, so it's kind of odd to watch. In this case, it's not. Christian's a badass. He's a muscular dude, so he's on edge. He's not feeling good. And then you have the dude who's going to marry Rhaenyra. His boyfriend comes with him, and he's kind of one of those devious gay guys, right? Like he's going around, he's being devious and stuff, and he's kind of one of those gay guys that like hits on straight guys. And the straight guys are like, you're making me uncomfortable, and he doesn't care, right? Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna beat me up? You're gonna punch me? And it's kind of exciting for him, right? If you do that. However, Christian doesn't have it, so he actually beats him to death. So it looks like breaks his face in this one. It's like ground and pound with gauntlets on, with no one to intervene. So it ruins the celebration. Everything goes crazy, and then you have the king who passes out and goes to basically, he passes out, and it seems like he's dying, right? It seems like he's sick of dying, so that's not good. And so then who is going to take the throne after? It seems like Daemon kind of wants it. He's doing some stuff he probably, definitely shouldn't be doing. But so the big question now is, will Daemon go for it and try to take the position now that his brother King Viserys is very ill and probably dying here? So you have all that. You have Christian almost committing. What do they call that in Japanese when the samurai kill themselves? There's a word for it. Somebody help me out in the comments. Almost kills himself, but then is stopped by the Queen Alicent, right. So who's like really young still and everything. So it's an incredible episode. I give it a 10. It's really solid. There's a lot to it, a lot of things happening, and I'm just so impressed because usually when a new series is getting started, when a new series is getting going, it takes a while. Like even for the original Game of Thrones series, the first season of Game of Thrones is good, but it's not amazing. Like it's not incredible. It's more like a super shocking ending to the first season with what happens with Eddard, but it's not like amazing in its own right. But it's definitely got that cliffhanger that makes you want to come back to see what's going to happen with Joffrey and the others in the first season. But this one is just like really amazing already. Like it's really incredible right away. And that's hard. That's very, very hard to do. Look at Lord of the Rings. Look at how much trouble they're having. They just can't get it. They can't get their shit together. And that a lot of times, that's what first seasons are like. Like you watch Lord of the Rings, it's really bad, right? If any of you guys have seen it, maybe a few of you like it, but it pretty much sucks, right? It's not very good anyway. Even if you're the biggest Lord of the Rings fan, you're going to be like, yeah, it's okay, I guess. I like it. You're going to be like one of those guys, right? I like it. Right, I like everything, right? Yeah, you just like everything, yeah, pretty much. It's not very good, so that's what first seasons a lot of times are like, where they have to kind of find their pace, they have to find their style, they got to find their jive. There's a lot of slack time, and then eventually they can kind of figure it out what they're doing, and then it gets better over time usually. But House of Dragon is just awesome right away. Episode 5, maybe the best episode they've done yet, or one of them. I loved it. I thought it was awesome, and I'm really excited to see episode 6, man. Continuing along with House of the Dragon and dropping already Lord of the Rings. I might give it another try. They spent a lot of money on it, but it's not working. It's not working. That's it for this video, guys. If you liked it, thumb it up below. And share, favorite, subscribe at the bottom. I'll see you again soon for another Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.